And now for our feature presentation.
This is great because on the back it actually says this film is also known as
the I'll Watch It Later podcast.
Have you ever heard of that film?
And now, on with the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to I'll Watch It Later podcast, the podcast where we lie about the movies we've seen to impress our friends. As always, I am your host, Aaron, joined by my best friend and co-host, Jordan.
Hi, everybody.
And Scott, who is the producer, and my brother-in-law, and my other best friend.
That might have to take the spoons away.
Why?
You're clicking them.
So,
because you're going to sit
audible
there,
medium,
you're going to sit there
man.
clacking spoons the whole time.
We're going to do like when I had chicken pox
bing, bing,
back
bing.
in high school. Yes, I got them late. I was itching so bad they had
Those
to
are just
duct
called
tape
shingles.
No, they were chicken pox. They had
Mittens?
to duct tape the oven mitts to my hand.
You look like you were going to go steal a
That's what we
base.
got to do to him. Yeah, just like a clock.
What the fuck is that with baseball now? Like people wearing these oven mitts to slide. You can't slide in the dirt anymore?
No.
Pussies.
as always, you can follow along by going to our website at watchitlaterpod.com or go to our Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Watch It Later Pod. Go to iTunes, leave us 5 stars. Go to Spotify, leave us 5 stars. Leave any type of review. It will get read on the air. If you're just joining us from It's Eric Nagel because you were like, man, I really like that cat, so I'm going to go over here and check this out. Welcome. Appreciate it. We always appreciate any new listeners we get.
Meow.
And that's it. All right, big gulps, huh? See you later. We watched some movies. They were good.
Yeah. Well, they. Plural.
They were good.
They, them. Is that what we're doing now?
As always, we start that fun thing we do. Hey, Scott, did you watch anything?
I did.
What did you watch?
So on terrible recommendation, I watched Bottoms, which is a
great
fucking
film.
Terrible movie.
You're
so
stupid,
funny.
dude.
It's fucking terrible.
What makes it terrible? Because
Just
it's
everything.
woke?
It's no.
Oh, it's woke,
No,
guys, so
it's
it's terrible.
literally
like
Scott here.
lesbians.
It's literally
I
if
hate
Amy
lesbians.
Schumer's stand-up was a movie, that's exactly what
They
it
don't
was.
even talk about their vaginas that much. You didn't laugh when she's like,
I want to put some fingers in some bitches.
when she's like, come on down, show us what you've learned. And they let that guy come out of the cage and just beat the shit out of her.
It's there's a thing with comedy where like a subtle comedy is more funny than a direct comedy.
Fucking
this was so
Shecky Green over here.
this was so direct that it was just kind of like
it was supposed to be over the top.
It was over the top.
It was
over the top. Terrible.
It was Heathers meets like fucking I don't even
Like not another teen movie or
yeah,
something.
like it was supposed to be
again.
like
It was
that.
Amy Schumer on crack.
You're-
I would have rather
you can keep
watched
saying that,
not
but you're
another teen.
wrong.
I would have watched not another teen movie and probably laughed way more at that.
No.
It's a terrible movie.
It's not a terrible movie.
It's
It's
terrible.
very
It's
good.
one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah, same.
and I'm not,
Even Krista watched. She was like, "What the fuck was that?" She goes, "Those guys liked this movie." She was like, "That was horrible."
That's because you guys don't know anything about movies.
yeah, but her internet
Yeah.
connection from Bratislava following your daughter around is not fucking that great. She probably missed all the jokes.
It's a horrible movie.
when they walk up to the
When the chick wants to blow up the house.
when they walk up to the fucking lockers and it says faggots, you didn't laugh at that?
No,
Dude, what is wrong with
That is
you?
literally up your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
no. It just again.
You didn't like Marshawn Lynch?
No.
The social
Of course.
This was, and my quote
was
to
the
the
only
group was,
man
"I give
in
this a
the-
1, and it's a 0.25 for every time I laughed at Marshawn Lynch because Marshawn Lynch was funny.
That dude's fucking hilarious.
There were some
in this
funny
movie.
moments with Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is not a funny person,
Dude,
but he was in some funny situations. The rest of the movie was trash.
Whatever, man. When they're sitting in that circle and she's like,
You keep trying to sell it to
I
me.
called my stalker, or I called the police on my stalker, but they said they can't do anything until he tries to kill me. But he keeps saying that he's going to kill me. I don't know. And she's just like, no,
sells it.
Yeah, like so nonchalant about it. It's fucking
Now I'm gonna go kill my stepdad.
Yeah.
It's like, just like it's so
you notice
funny.
I'm still not laughing.
That's because
that's
you
fine.
don't.
No, it's
I mean,
Fucking robot.
It's not.
You
It's
don't.
just not a funny
You don't
movie.
have a sense of humor.
I have much of a sense of humor.
Negative.
Not for that.
All right. Well, 2 out of 3 of this table really enjoyed this movie. I think it's one of the
Oh,
funniest
this
ones
is
I've
one of
seen
those.
this year.
This is one of those Reddit things.
What?
24,000 people.
No.
reviewed
I'm
this.
just saying, out of the 3 of us, 2 of us really enjoyed it. And
It was just not funny.
I couldn't recommend it enough.
I enjoy
that movie.
a good, just stupid, funny.
the
just
jocks
funny
wore
movie.
their fucking uniforms in every scene.
That's the only thing that reminded me of like.
Shut up, nerd!
Like,
I'm fucking your mom.
It was like Scary Movie and stuff like that, where they were like just over the top stupid. But it was like after a while, I was just kind of like, okay, they're wearing their
They
uniforms.
literally
That's
killed
fine,
an
I
entire
guess.
football team at the end. like,
Yeah.
just, it's so fucking stupid.
It reminded me of Anchorman.
Kinda, yeah.
Not even close.
Anchorman
At least Anchorman's funny.
I mean, so is this.
That's not funny.
More people agree with us than you. So.
That's great. They're fucking dumb.
65,000
You're
people.
dumb.
It's terrible.
No.
Terrible.
I can't agree with you on this one. This one is a big division.
What's it like
I
to
sat
love
there
this
the whole
movie.
time, and I'm thinking, what on earth did you think was funny about
Fucking
this?
the whole thing.
The whole thing.
I'm
Like
glad-
how
I'm-
awkward she was to that girl. Like she's like has the hots for this chick. She goes up to her and she'd be like, "Hey, maybe you get some food, or maybe you want to let it digest and shit it out later or poop it out later." And I'm just like, she's so fucking awkward. It's like it's every like high school movie. It's like how I felt talking to girls in high school, but it's another chick doing
with
it.
the
and I
car
don't
at the
know.
beginning of the movie, and he's like freaking out, although they barely tapped him.
Oh my god! And he's just like he's on crutches for the rest of the movie. Oh my god!
so
it's
stupid.
funny.
So
You're a
my
dumb.
knee hurts from slapping it so hard.
It should, because it was
So
funny.
hard.
There's a reason I recommended it.
Look, it's still red.
I mean, can't account from taste.
Trash.
You are trash.
And then, thankfully, I cleansed my palate with a somewhat decent
I
movie.
say Meg 2. I'm gonna punch him in his face.
Yeah,
he-
Meg 2, the Meg 3, the one that went straight to DVD.
the Meganing.
The three has to.
No,
the
I
E has
watched,
to be a three. In the
I
next
watched
one.
Totally Killer,
Yeah,
and
I
that
wanna
was
watch
super
still.
fun to watch.
I'll
It's
be the judge
again
of
like
that
we
later.
talked about that, and it was like it's kind of right up in that happy death day. It's a
Right.
dude. It's a slasher flick with a time machine. That has some funny moments in it,
It's always
and
fun.
it's just a good story. It's like it just kind of progresses and it moves right along, and it's a good watch. It's a good little Halloween watch to add to your little Halloween watch list.
but also bottoms.
Yeah, watch Bottoms.
Yeah, if you want to kill yourself
No, you'll like it.
and
Internet
be
world.
very angry that you wasted
Remember-
an hour and a half or whatever the hell it was.
Scott
felt like
knows
3 hours.
Nothing about film, so
I know enough to know that movie sucked.
Such a bummer because I thought the movie was fucking hilarious.
yeah.
What did I watch?
What did you watch?
I've been watching horror movies a lot. Revisited Halloween 3. Trying to think of anything else that seems kind of like out of the way. I mean, we all went and saw Saw. Socks.
I forgot about
We
that.
saw Socks.
We saw Saw.
Saw X. It's the one where
That's
you thought I
right.
went and saw Spiral with you.
Remember, because we were like, why do we need to feel empathetic for the
Right,
killer?
dude.
So yeah,
The more I'm letting this, I'm having the same issue I talked about with Freaky that I'm having with this movie. The longer it's been lingering with me, the more I realize I didn't like this movie.
no,
as
I
much
didn't
as
like it at
thought.
all. I thought it was all right.
I
Like
didn't
there was
think any
nothing
of the-
special about it.
None of the kills were over the top. Like I think the eyeball suction was kind of interesting. Everything else was just like, okay.
And that was only a dream.
Right.
yeah,
It was like a
and
dream sequence.
That's what bothered me about it. It's like they're just wasting kills.
This
on a
one
dream
just went
sequence.
more on the gore, on kind of the more B movie
Right.
gore stuff with people cutting their legs off and like
that's what
really
everybody's
trying
wanting.
to show it and stuff. It's like everybody wants to see the contraptions. Everybody wants to see Saw contraptions. They want to see like what is he going to come up with next?
Right.
What diabolical, stupid jigsaw contraption are they going to do? This didn't really have much of that.
I thought it was too, like the twist was too over the top. Like there was no way it could have been planned out as good as it was planned
so
out.
intricate, like
Right.
the way he had it planned, and it was just like, no. They're like he said, they're trying to go over the top. The first movie, when I revisited the first movie, you realize it's not as bloody and gory as you remembered it.
No.
Like everyone always thinks,
No,
"Oh my god,
it's
this
not.
is nuts!" And then as we've progressed, 20 years later or whatever, you go back to it and you're like, "This was tame. Like this is
I
a
always
tame
thought
movie."
I didn't never thought it was bloody or gory. I always
No,
thought
it's just it was in my head that's how I remembered it being
Oh,
because
no.
everyone made such a huge
That was
deal
more of
about
an uncomfortable because you could really put yourself in those situations where you're like, oh, what would I do?
No,
Like,
I
what would do in
remember
those
sitting in the
situations?
theater with my friends, and we were watching it, and the twist at the end happens where he gets up off the
Yeah.
floor and pulls the mask off, and we freaked the fuck out. We were
Yeah.
like, "This is incredible!" And then it kind of like breaks down all the twists, and I was like, "Oh man, that's good." And then each movie had to be like top the twist, and then like after Saw 3, it was pointless.
Yeah.
First 3 Saws are good; the rest are trash. But and that includes this one. And I like John Kramer. I think he's a fun character, but I don't need to feel bad for him, and I'm not ever
They
going to be like,
really
you should do saw traps and kill people like this.
They really leaned into the you feel bad that he's got cancer and then you
Yeah.
feel bad that he was hoodwinked.
But see,
like, oh, what are the odds that the one guy that'll fuck all you guys up you decided to go against? And then the funny thing is like he's this genius of a man. He can do all this shit. He's meticulous. and he got duped so easily.
Right.
Like he didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was the hard part for me. Is like this guy is like a
Can't see
genius.
the forest from the trees, man.
and you just you fucked with him, and there's no.
I also hated we don't ever kill anybody. They kill themselves. Like, shut the
Motherfucker,
fuck up.
you
They
gave him
must have-
3 minutes
they
to
must
get out
have
of the most impossible situation.
Like, okay, the chick is literally gonna make it. She started cutting off her own leg.
Whoops. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. You were 2 seconds too slow because you literally have to face this trauma of cutting off your own leg.
See, the point of that it wasn't even that she faced the trauma. That's true. At the beginning, she hesitated. That's the point. It's hesitation. It's trying to get out. Like she hesitated to do any of it.
Well, that's her
You know,
problem.
well, it is now. Yeah.
She did.
Nobody's
So
problem.
I just, the twist was, the movie was okay. I didn't like it that
You know what it
much.
reminded me of? Escape Room.
Oh,
They
which
said-
one, the first or second?
Yeah, the first one.
The second one was garbage.
Yeah.
You actually, that's the one few movies that we went to together and you like apologized to me physically. You're like, I'm so sorry we came to this. I'm just like,
It was
"It's all right."
terrible.
It was the worst.
It's like All American Rejects last night. So bad.
No, band was good. Banter sucked. That's what I tell people. It's like, no, the band
what I
sounded
said.
great. The in-between banter where he thought he was fucking David Bowie's fucking protege.
I was
No.
out.
No, I know. I have video of you playing fucking.
Marvel Snap.
Marvel
yeah,
Snap.
I did not like him, and I wanted him to die a horrible death.
Yeah.
I wanted him to actually stick an electrical socket into him and kill himself because that's how upset that was. Upsetting that was.
Yeah, I
to me.
know. I watched Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
That was really good.
I watched
Surprisingly,
half
I would
of
say
it.
it's like the best movie in the world. Really good is kind of overselling it, but I think it's a serviceable Disney flick. It's got a
Better
good
than what you were
story.
expecting.
It was night and day from the last movie they ever put out. I think it
So it's
just
better than the Eddie Murphy one?
100%.
That's what he just
Really?
I think this movie suffered from being released in the summer. They should have released this month in October. It should have been an October release. It's a little slow. There's not much out.
What? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Why are these people get paid to do this stuff? Like, why are we releasing this movie?
I don't know.
Way before October.
Nope, it got released like within a couple weeks of I think the Mission Impossible and all these other
Especially
bigger
as
movies.
the weather starts going down. People,
Yeah.
people
Middle
would
of
have just
summer.
been like, "Hey, let's go see Haunted Mansion."
It got
because it's
released at the
time.
end of July, and here in Arizona, it was the fucking hottest July we've ever had. No one cares about.
I
Haunted
wasn't
Mansion.
going to see it. It didn't look appealing. to
No,
me.
and now that I watched it on Disney Plus, like I actually really enjoyed the movie. It
I don't
was
think if your kids
surprisingly
were
good.
like just old enough, and it was like Halloween time, you'd be like, "Hey, let's go
Of
to the
course,
movies and
but-
watch it."
yeah,
exactly.
Again, it's timing.
But I'm saying
and-
now, like back in the day, like I wasn't texting you guys to be like Haunted Mansion Friday. We gotta
no.
go.
No, we were
Adults.
talking about going. And you're like, no, I can't go. If I go without Kim, she'll kill me.
She would.
I know.
Haunted Mansion's her favorite ride.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a good movie. But yeah, I did that. I'm trying to think. There's something else I watched. I can't remember off the top of my head. If it comes to me, I'll talk about it later.
Must have been really good.
Yeah.
Well, big goes, huh? We're out of here. All right. I went to the theater because I'm a thespian, you know, and I saw the
Scott
creator.
doesn't like you.
That's right. You're really unfunny because of your sexuality and politics.
You're a thespian.
I'm Scott. Yeah, I went and saw the creator, done by that guy Garth Ennis or whatever his name.
Garth Anus,
Yeah,
Gareth Edwards.
yeah, that guy.
Darth Anus.
Because Garth Edwards, isn't he like a comic book writer?
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was
wait a minute.
joke. No, the
threw me
dude
off.
who did Rogue One, and it's really fucking good. And
Oh, I watched another movie too,
what'd you watch?
Gran Turismo,
Oh, I did too.
and it
we
was
all did.
really
we talked
good.
about it last show.
Did we?
No.
Yes,
I don't remember.
we did talk about it last
Oh,
show.
last show was a
No.
steak show.
All right, we'll get to it in a
It was
second.
between. It was between the shoe shows.
Yeah, so I
So
watched.
Gran Turismo. No, I'm just kidding.
So I went to the theater and saw the creator all by my lonesome. Really fucking good movie about like AI robots and like kind of like that moral conundrum of like, well, they're not really people, but do they have feelings and souls and stuff like that? It's a lot of like American imperialism is bad, and we're our own destruction. And
Is this the movie
blah,
that
blah,
they
blah.
were doing all the like where they were putting the AI people at like
The
NFL
baseball
games,
games and
Yeah,
and all that
correct.
stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a viral marketing thing, but the
Creepy.
movie itself is phenomenal. Denzel Washington's kid plays like an undercover military dude who gets in with like all the AI people because they only exist in like Asia now because an atom bomb fell on Los Angeles and everyone blames it. So America built like a fucking super Death Star that like patrols the Earth, and like if it notices that your AI, it like releases bombs and kills you. So and he has to find this super weapon, which happens to be a kid, and take it from one place to another. The whole movie's really good. I'm not going to ruin anything else for you. All I'm going to tell you is the dialogue isn't that great, and the third act is so different from the first two acts that you're just like, why did you need to add this? I understand you needed to end the movie, but this third act does not belong with this film. And it's not terrible, but it's so different tonally that you're just like, okay. But which brings it down a little bit for me, but I did like the movie a lot, and I highly recommend seeing it. The movie is beautiful. It's like one of the best looking movies I've ever seen in my life. The landscape and all the like technology, it all looks seamless. And fucking Juno's mom is like super evil bitch in it. She's pretty cool. So go see The Creator.
Juno's mom.
Yeah.
Juno?
The movie Juno?
Yeah, who's seen that in like the last 20 years? Who's Juno's mom?
God, I can't remember her name. That's why I said Juno's mom.
I could see her, but I don't know who she is. I don't know what her name is.
I remember.
I want to say Allison Janney, yeah.
Okay.
Allison Janney, yes.
She's in this movie? Random. I haven't seen her in forever.
She's the bad guy.
Weird.
Yeah, so.
Bad woman.
No, bad guy. She's the
Can't say bad guy.
the heavy in this film. So
Fat?
no.
Is that
So and then I guess
a
we
weight phobic.
we always no, the heavy is what they call bad guys in movies. We all watched Gran Turismo.
Yes, we did.
I loved it.
I actually loved it too.
I fucking loved it. I was you not blaming you.
I loved it. You not so much.
No.
Jesus fucking
What I
Christ.
was going to say is you convinced me that it looked like shit, and I
looked like
agreed.
shit.
I agreed with you. I agree 100%.
Well, I didn't have to convince you. You just agreed with my opinion.
There was definitely some CGI moments that were very, very subpar,
Yeah.
but it did
But.
not take away anything from the movie.
No, I agree.
You saw it a couple times. You're like, the CGI, that's a little wonky. But you also understand that it's like based on a video game.
Well, it's not even that. It's based off a video game that's actually based off of real life events.
Right.
I think what was weird about it, the only thing that threw me off of this entire movie, which is weird, is the main dude's voice didn't feel like it should come from that dude.
Yeah.
Like he's this tall, lanky, like mixed race dude, but he's got a voice like this. I'm like, wait, why are you talking like this?
How old are you? 15.
Big breakfast. Fucking Shaq over here. But I was super surprised. You had said you'd watched it. You said you really liked it. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. I threw it on there. And from start to finish, I was just like glued to the TV.
You're into
I wasn't
it.
like checking anything. I was just watching the show because I was like really into the racing. It was all really fun. Like it was just a
I
fun
liked
story.
all the Le Mans stuff because I like Le Mans in real life. I think that's one of the most interesting stories.
Name 5 Le Mans.
Okay.
Name 3
Ford
racers,
versus
poser.
Ferrari. But I think that all that stuff is like I've watched all those like the
Racing is cool.
24-hour war and stuff, documentary stuff, and like that's how Ford became like big in America. It's all very interesting. It's all interesting. The story is true. I did not know that until the credits rolled in this
not
film.
either.
And
I was like, to the internet.
Yeah.
And I was like searching it. I was like, holy shit.
I'm not the biggest David Harbour guy, but he was
great.
pretty
He was good in
this.
this
Yeah.
one.
Go make another Hellboy, you fucking weirdo.
Please don't.
I mean, it just his
Stranger
character's
Things is
awesome
annoying.
because he's that guy where he's like, I don't care. You guys suck. This ain't going to happen, and I'm going to make sure of it.
His remake of Hellboy was so bad that we had seen it after I had come back from Germany, and I was so tired. And I fell asleep for probably about, I would say conservatively, about 35-40% of the movie.
Should've.
And I still don't feel like I missed out on
Should have
anything.
liberally fell asleep.
Oh, I was out.
Yeah. I watched The Retirement Plan with Nick Cage.
Why would you do that?
Don't waste your time. That's like the CW gave him a bunch of money, him and the Rorschach, and fucking
Oh, that guy.
who's little Donnie? Ron Perlman. And they made a movie with CW cameras and fucking the worst dialogue and the stupidest story. I honestly don't know how they got people to do this because it's about a couple who's gotten into over their heads with Rorschach, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Jackie Earle.
Yeah, him. And they have a disc, and they give the disc to their daughter, and then they send the daughter to Nick Cage, who's like an ex-CIA guy. And it all sounds good on paper, but it is...
Trailer made it look fun.
But it is not fun.
Yeah.
It is terrible. And the last but not least, I watched... what was it? 57 Seconds, which I thought was coming to theaters. It's Josh Hutcherson. It's Morgan Freeman, and he gets this ring, and he can relive 57 seconds of his life. Like, he can keep going back in time and redoing it over and over again. So it's time bounce, which I like, and it's really bad too. But it's fun.
The premise sounds terrible.
It's fun, but it's not a good movie. I enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but I'm aware that it's not a good movie, if that makes sense.
Ugh,
So
doesn't sound good.
yeah, lots of movie watching. At least as much as I could, but I couldn't squeeze in our 2 movies. I did today. I finished everything.
Wait, what?
I watched everything this morning. I woke up super early.
I was going to say, you said you were going to watch the last bit of it last night.
I went
Besides, what did we do last night?
We had sex with each other, gay sex. No, we
No, it was totally heterosexual. We didn't look each other in the eyes.
we went to the concert. We went to see Newfound Glory and the All American Rejects and
Well, that was it.
those
That's all
other
we
2
saw.
bands, but we didn't make it in
We
time
heard from the
because
parking
we
lot.
went to Super Mexican Long Longs. And for those of
fantastic, dude, I was craving wings all day.
I've
I
been
know.
sitting here thinking all day, I kind of want to go back. I really want their
Like, I
wings.
need those
'Cause you gave me
wings.
that one. I'm like, that's fucking delicious.
I don't know why you didn't order wings. Is it because you're a kid?
I thought the sampler platter sounded good because I was craving those like fried mushrooms, and I was like, ooh,
Just
onion
wanted a
rings
little
sound
bit
good.
of
So
everything.
just like everything
Yeah.
kept going. I was like, ooh, that sounds good too. Oh, that sounds good too. Like the only thing that would have made that thing better is get rid of the zucchini and put some wings on there, and it would have been the best platter.
So what
I've
you
ever
do is you get the wings, and then they have a half and half basket where you get half of the mushrooms, half the fries. You can do that at Long Longs. And for those of you who do not know what Long Longs is, it's a place out here in Arizona where the Gym Blossoms and like Jimmy Eat World got their start.
Started in Tempe.
And they all got under new management, and they all went their own separate ways. But what a Long Long is a hot dog, and they have the best wings on the planet, better than Wingstop or ATL or anything like that.
They are really good.
And we went there last night, and it was the most Mexican one ever. They were blaring ranchero music the entire night.
all
Fantastic.
It
Dodgers
was
fans.
Fantastic.
fucking awesome. And yeah, we were
It was
watching.
really actually really fun.
we were watching the Diamondbacks
Walked in,
game.
the Diamondbacks game had just started.
Yes.
They were already down 5-0, and just
Jesus
Dodgers
Christ.
fans were just depressed.
Top of the first, 5-0 Diamondbacks.
Our
Jesus
waitress-
Christ, we left. It was already 9-0.
Our waitress spoke the most littlest of English possible.
Yeah.
And
And aside from bringing the fries, like the way the food came out, other than that, everything was flawless. Like,
Yeah.
good for you. I have people who speak fluent English that fuck up my order 99% of the time.
yeah, it
I was
was.
so mad at them. And then
I
last
hate-
night was great.
I hate my super spicy wings. And, that was so.
They were, I would say, not super. I've had worse.
No. but
Obviously not the super.
they were hot, though.
But they were flavorful.
Yeah,
they were
that's
very good.
that's my favorite type of hot. Is
Yeah, it's
exactly
just hot
that.
with flavor, where you're not just sitting
Yes.
there going, "I regret everything."
And I didn't regret anything.
Yeah, I didn't see
And the
it
wings are just perfectly cooked.
God, they're so
crispy.
So perfectly cooked.
Yeah,
Dip them in my bucket of ranch.
And it's the thick ranch.
I wish we could go right
not
now.
runny
I
ranch.
know. There's no. The problem is there's no close. Well, the Chandler one's
It doesn't
still there?
matter. I want to go back to that one.
Yeah, that one's
So,
nowhere near us.
I know.
But now we know it's there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that'll be the
We'll never go to another
only
fucking
place we go to.
place
Because here's the
ever.
option: we either go there or we go across the street to Hoots.
I do love Hoots.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
I
right
just-
there too.
Only reason I didn't suggest that last night is because you brought your kid.
Well, you brought it up, and I'm hoping like you were like, oh, please don't go to Hooters.
No,
yeah,
I
I'm not
wouldn't.
bringing my daughter to Hooters.
But that Hooters is more family friendly. Like there's dudes and stuff. Because if you don't remember the last time we went there,
dudes in
they
short
were
shorts.
they were wearing the long
Something
orange
for everybody.
orange shirts. They weren't wearing the.
I don't remember. I think the
Yeah.
one time we went was right before the Rob Zombie concert.
It was,
And
but we've
it's the
been there
only time-
twice.
I've never been there other than that one time. With
Hooters always just their food's always just been fine.
That is not true. You giant asshole.
It's always fine.
I honestly do not remember ever going back to that place again. Other than
when
the
I
one
told
time.
you guys both that Kim was pregnant with Parker for the first time. We were going to see another concert.
I don't believe you told us at the same time.
I don't
Okay.
even fucking remember.
I know.
Don't
Honestly.
ask him.
I know, I'm
You've been
looking
wrong
at
about
him.
a lot of things about the
Yeah,
past.
it's
So.
a lot of things. That's you.
How's Spiral, by the way?
I love
Lonely because it
I
wasn't
was-
me that went with you.
Dude,
Maybe it was Brian.
no.
He's dead.
He died. He's fucking dead. He was dead as a doornail. I don't know how the fuck he would have gone with me. It was not Brian. It was. I know that I looked over to somebody and I called the twist at the beginning of the movie.
And then some random guy's like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm trying to enjoy this movie."
What are you talking to me for?
I'm sorry. I'm just used to my friend being here with me.
Maybe it was a ghost.
Just used to
or
spoiling the
something.
movie to my friend.
It was like a force ghost of
Like
me.
I
going-
fucking like.
I read the whole thing online.
No, I didn't. So,
You want to know what happens?
the pre-roll of the movie's going on. He's like, "I already know the twist. You want to know it?"
guess who the killer is in Spiral?
I'm sure it's probably Morgan. What's his face? Samuel Jackson.
No, that's his dad.
Who cares? Can't be the killer.
At the end, he's in a super duper saw trap.
Oh God.
I'll tell you who it is right now. This is great radio. It is. If you haven't seen the movie Spiral and you care,
We're gonna ruin it from 2016.
Plug your ears for about 10 seconds.
Max McGillicuddy.
Sure.
McGillicuddy.
Yep.
This guy.
Matthew McConaughey. Who the fuck is that? Why is that guy the killer?
He's Chris Rock's partner on the
Sure.
Force,
Makes sense.
and he
Is he a rookie? Because that kid looks 5.
no,
Was he investigating the crime
of course.
and played it off?
Oh
Yeah, no. Well, he got teamed up after the crime
Yeah.
started happening.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just watch the movie.
Doing it
It's
I'm gonna watch it.
not great. You should watch it.
No.
You're selling me on it.
I mean, it's
Hey,
Chris
just
Rock.
watch the movie, man. Shit.
I'd rather hang out in the room and watch Bottoms with him and watch him just eviscerate it. It's fucking
I-
dead stare at the TV.
I can't stand these
That's what it
funny
was.
women.
Pretty
You're
much
a
what-
woman. You can't be funny. Why aren't you cooking lunches? Scott here.
I mean, if you're funny, you're funny. Doesn't matter what you are.
What
It's not
female's
funny.
funny?
Look, I know you're far
Name-
right and black, but you're one of the smartest people we know.
Name 3 funny women.
I don't know off the top of my head. What's her name?
Yeah, you did it. Good.
Ali Wong. She's funny.
She's
I watch
the
her stand up.
moments.
She's funny. Yeah, she has her moments.
Eliza
He likes the one where she's
Schlesinger is
pregnant
funny.
because then he knows she had sex.
Jeez.
She did it at least once. This woman's funny. Gross.
Anyways,
Anyway, yeah, we went to the concert last night. Long Wongs.
dude,
Fuck, I can't. I
Yeah.
had dreams of Long Wong. I want wings
Just
again.
all day I was like, I really want some of those
We need
wings.
to get those free tickets. To
I know, I need to find some new
the
free
Guns N' Roses concert.
Oh, is that where it's going to be at?
Yeah, they
Yes.
fucked everybody over.
That's a
and moved the
terrible
venue.
place
No
to
shit.
have it at.
Yeah. No, they this whole debacle is fucking crazy. For everyone listening, this is going to be whatever, whenever you listen to it. Diamondbacks made it to the postseason in baseball. I'm not a baseball
Spoiler
fan.
alert.
I know, right? They won the World Series for anyone listening in the future.
By the time you hear this,
Right by the time you hear this, the Diamondbacks have already been World Series.
In 2 years, I
for-
die of a heart attack, and Parker just starts going through these old words. He's like, when was the one where the Diamondbacks won the World Series? 2001.
Every now and then, what you need to
from
do
the
is just like
future.
say like a message to Parker from in the future. Just like when you're gone, you'll be like, "Daddy loves you, Parker.
Hey, Dad loves you so much.
Don't look in the top drawer."
Please be nice to your brother.
stop slamming them on the floor.
No more. Hey, don't ever pay for OnlyFans. It's not worth it, bro.
It can be if you don't know the person.
Anyways, let's move on.
Anyway, so they Diamondbacks made it in the postseason. They made it past the first round, and because of scheduling, Guns N' Roses had to cancel their show here in Phoenix, playing at the baseball stadium because everyone had such low expectations of the Diamondbacks that they knew they could probably plan a concert during the postseason.
They were like, just schedule shit. Isn't that
schedule stuff.
October?
It'll be
That's
fine.
playoffs. They're like, it'll be fine.
they'll be empty. No big deal. Apparently, that's not the case. Diamondbacks are playing it and they're on their field, so Guns N' Roses had to cancel their show and then resell tickets to a different venue today, Sunday. We're recording Sunday, and it's
The show's tonight.
Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
It's Corey
Feldman night.
Yeah, so I don't even know which train wreck I would want to watch.
I cannot.
Fat Axl Rose or dumb Corey Feldman.
Without saying what it is, I really miss this. Just the randomness.
Oh my god. Anyway, so that's annoying. Anyway, concert was fun. Had a good time. We brought the kid. She had a great time. Second concert. Oddly enough, it's with the three of us again. So
know.
like we're her concert buddies.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if she's gonna go see good music,
That's
I
what
guess.
that's what I told her. I was like, I asked
Hang
her,
with us, kid.
I asked her, and I said, hey, did you have a good time? She goes, yeah, I had fun. And I was like, see, it's
She had
even
a
if
fun.
you don't
Just one.
have one
Had a great
fun,
time till Aaron attacked me.
single fun, right? Your mom.
No, when he fell on me.
Oh my god.
No, I went to step over.
Yeah,
and
what happened with that? I couldn't see it in the band.
So
was
we're
playing,
in
I
the
couldn't hear
we're
it
in the
either.
very last row where there's a walkway. So instead of like making everybody move, I'm like,
Sure.
I'll just step over my seat.
Right, like a gentleman.
So I step over my seat. I put my hand on Aaron's shoulder for like stability, and my other foot, the seat folded up
Right into
and I
it,
went
yeah.
down, and Aaron was just flailed.
No, it was like the force.
Bro's knees buckled.
It was like the force majeure pushed me off. It was almost like
You just got
Getting
the,
hit
All I know is out of
and you
corner
got
of my
the
eye,
death stare from the kid.
corner of my eye. Well, yeah, because she's like really tiny, and I'm not
Does she
saying
listen
fat,
to this?
but you
Just
were
got dark real
I'll
quick.
let her listen to this part. But
cry about it.
your mom,
She didn't like the your
seeing
mom
someone
stuff.
of your size. I'm not saying you're fat.
I am.
fatty.
I'm super fat.
Just going into someone her size is devastating. It's like Jesus Christ. So like, I'm sure that was scary on her end. I saw it kind of happen out of the corner of my eye, and as I turned, you're kind of coming this way. I'm like, what happened?
I caught myself.
Why? Yeah, you didn't kill her, so that was. But she had a good time. I had a fun time. I'm not the biggest fan of anyone other than maybe Newfound Glory.
Oh, I love it.
But then I realized I know more songs from All American Rejects than I think I realized originally.
I think I knew their entire set list, but only listening to it in passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You kind of
Yeah.
hear stuff every
Yeah.
now and then, or you're like, oh, I didn't know that was them, or something like that. Had a good time though. It was fun. It was a really fun show, and Aaron upgraded our seats instead of sitting in the 300 section. We were in the 100 section. It was fun. It was a good time.
It was.
Always fun. I love concerts.
I will go see any band live. That is my stipulation.
that's
If
what
you
I
suck,
told her.
I'll leave, or I'll sit down and play Marvel Snap because I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll go see you live.
And he's not wrong. And then when I advertise this, I'll be posting the video of him playing Marvel Snap during All American Rejects.
During Corey Feldman.
No,
I'm
that'll be
excited.
phone out, recording every second of that
I'm
show.
fucking excited for that, dude.
And you're going, right?
I mean,
Because honestly,
maybe,
we don't have
I
to.
guess.
We don't have to see any of the 35 openers.
Do I have to buy your ticket?
It's $20.
yeah, buy my ticket.
Wait, are you going camping? But,
He's gonna get so mad.
no.
Do I have to buy your ticket?
I don't know, man.
$20.
Saying I don't know, I think means I have to buy his ticket.
You gotta go with us.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's
Corey
20
Feldman on a
bucks.
Wednesday night.
That's it. That blew my ticket. Do you have baseball?
Not on a Wednesday, no. Just have to work.
All right. Anyway,
I'll buy your stupid
all three of
ticket.
us are gonna go see Corey Feldman on Wednesday.
Yes, I'll buy your dumb ticket.
So that'll be fun. Anyway, so that was our night. We had a good time. Always fun.
All right.
Hand jobs for everybody.
So, as always, there's theme to October, and we usually try to fit 2 movies in. It's a lot harder this month than it was been the last couple of years just because of my new schedule. Maybe for you guys, not so much, but for me,
No, it's still a chore. Like I feel like I was
Yeah.
watching movies all week, and I still feel like I was running up against the clock to watch ours because I don't like to watch our movies at the beginning of the week because then I forget stuff. So I like
Right.
to do it at the end, and I realize, oh shit, there's just too much going on, and I just
What was that?
last second.
What?
You just went like this.
Ah,
For visual cue out there, he just
Licking
like
my lip.
he like stuck his tongue out, but he had his mouth like. Anyways,
Yeah.
all right. So
Squirrel.
the first movie we watched in our year in review of horror films,
so boring. You forgot the title.
no, I just wanted to look up, make
When it
sure
came out?
I got everything. No, I knew it coming out in 2001. 2001, directed by Kishi Kurosawa, no relation to Akira.
Who's in the movie?
Pulse.
Instead of the trailer, put in us snoring because we were
No.
Just 30
This
seconds
movie
of
is
dead silence.
fucking good. You guys are crazy. This movie spooked me. It was a spooky movie.
Doesn't take much.
Whatever, dude.
Wow.
I thought this movie was excellent. I thought it was very, very, like, creepy. It had
Pulse.
a creepy...
It's what you have to check after the first 30 minutes of the movie to
You
make
didn't
sure
like
you're still
bottoms.
breathing.
You're dumb.
I mean, you like Pulse. So
And you like...
so we can have that argument right now. This movie, great concept.
No, movies.
Great concept.
Great movie.
It kind of, you think you're getting like a nice full dinner at the beginning of this movie when all this stuff starts happening and the friend throws herself off the top of the building and smashes the floor. And then it just draws out. And it is the longest end to any movie I've ever fucking watched because I'm like, what is the point? What is the point of this movie? Get to the point. Explain the point. It's not. It's just emo ghosts traveling through the internet with no purpose.
Now this is going to be a very visual gag, but I want you to describe it. So this is the scariest part of the movie.
All right,
Ready?
so Jordan just took off his headphones. He's wearing a muscle shirt, but he doesn't have any muscles.
Yeah.
He's on his knees
He's on
now.
his knees.
I just whipped out my penis.
His pants are unzipping.
He's underneath a table, and then, and then he looked at us in a scary fashion.
That was it.
No, dude.
Like, I'm hiding
No,
behind a table.
'cause
You know
Kids
what that
come
just
over.
did?
That was
normal
creepy.
looking woman.
You know what that did? That just shook me.
Shook.
Shooketh.
Shooketh.
I'm shooketh
What
to the core.
Ever, man. It was spooky.
Oh my god.
This movie was really good.
And then did you like when Thanos popped in?
What?
When he snapped and they went to confetti?
That was weird. But I liked it.
Dude, the problem is with this movie is that
There's no
they
problem
they
with it.
don't really explain anything.
No, yeah, the internet has like they do because
So what's with the red tape?
that's the forbidden room or
Okay,
whatever.
cool. What's with the forbidden room?
That guy explains it in that note. He
Yeah,
leaves the
barely.
note that he found this on the internet, and if you build these rooms with tape, and then you can summon these ghosts, but the ghosts are from the internet, and they're like depressed.
And they're gonna
And
come and haunt you.
They
and depress
feed
you.
off your depression, and they enhance it
Yeah, there was some
so that
enhanced
you
depression.
kill yourself. And that's why they're all saying, "Help me."
I have nothing good to say about this. I was bored as shit.
You guys are stupid.
I'm
You're
sorry.
both
You
dumb.
may have liked it.
I loved
I
it.
did not love this movie.
I'm
I
gonna
did not
buy it
like
on
this movie.
Blu-ray.
It's shocking. You don't know
It started out very promising.
Very
promising.
I love Japanese movies.
And I was like, okay, this could be something, and it just never went anywhere. And for people, and so I go on Letterboxd and I'm reading all the reviews, and people are just jizzing themselves over this
Because
movie.
it's good.
It's not good.
it was the scariest
good.
movie I ever watched.
Next
Next to Talk to Me, it's one of the greatest.
It's
horror
not
movies
the
I've ever seen.
scariest movie I've ever watched,
It's right
but it
up there with
definitely gave me a
Hereditary.
little bit of the spook. It was
got
like, woo.
nothing.
I got no.
I was like, woo.
I was more
It's scary.
bored than I was spooked or nerving. There's movies that I've watched, like horror movies or something, that give you that kind of unsettling feeling.
Yeah.
Kind of that weird feeling in your stomach, like you're almost nervous for what's coming up and what's about to happen. I got none of it for this movie.
And I don't need a horror movie to be like blood and guts and gore and craziness.
Right.
I like a good story that just gives you the chills and it makes you realize like there's something in the darkness and you're freaking out about your kitchen or all this stuff. None of that happened with this movie. I'm sitting there watching it and then I'm like, when is something going to happen that gives me that feeling? And it never did. And you gave me that well, I guess it's the time of the year or time of the month where we shit on my movies, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm not trying to.
But every movie I pick now.
Then stop going to Letterboxd.
I'm not going to Letterboxd. I have a
Stop listening to people's reviews.
I have a watch list, and this is on it.
Where did you hear about this movie?
I heard
Tarantino?
no.
Was it one of
I heard
those,
about it a long time ago when that stupid Kristen Bell one version came out. It was like,
Which I'm sure is terrible too. Like
oh,
the
can we
American
do-
remakes.
can we all agree to watch the remake
I'll
before the
try.
next show?
I don't know about that, man. We got 2 movies and then another movie, and then there's
I mean,
probably 4 movies based off of timing of the week after next. I don't.
I know they were kind of what they were trying to do with this movie because I think they were, I mean, you've got like the original, like The Ring, The Grudge. You got all these movies that kind of came from these original, like
Conceptually, it's-
Japanese type like horror, whatever you call them, suspenseful movies, I guess. But this, man, dude.
I just really liked it. I thought it was creepy. I thought the concept of the endless photos was really jarring, and just him just standing there staring at it. I thought it was weird that he comes over and starts talking to the guy. She comes over and starts talking to the guy, and then he's been dead for weeks. And it's like
Chills.
Oh, dude, it's just it's so good.
I think after, and it's probably because this is what, 2 hours? Or
Yeah,
pretty
it was
close.
exactly 2 hours.
It's like 2 hours. After the first hour, man, I was almost checked out.
40 minutes in, and I was like, what's going to happen?
Right.
Like, the guy hung himself, and that was kind of creepy. You know, his neck was all stretched out. And, because the dude comes over, and he's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey, buddy, what's going on? I'm going to go in the other room real quick. And then he hey, where's my friend? And he goes in there,
Right.
and he hung himself. I'm like, holy shit. Something's going to happen. And then nothing
Well,
happens.
then, like I said, the girl jumps off the roof or whatever the hell it is, and she's smashes to the floor, which was done way better than freaking Midsummer.
I know it.
Way better scene. That part, I was like, ooh, okay, now we're getting good. We're getting something good. And then the wheels never got rolling. It just never went anywhere.
I think she has to. So, God, I hate saying this shit because you make fun of me, and I think you're going to make fun of me a little bit too. But yeah, so the movie is clearly an allegory for depression.
I
and
get that.
Even at the end, when she's all alone, she's like, "I'm happy being alone."
Maybe
Because
she's
she didn't
fucking
let
Yeah,
the
but this movie
depression
shouldn't make
get
me
her.
depressed. It should tell me about
It's
depression.
a good movie with the themes of depression are redistributed as these spooky ghosts.
So, you know how we're going to convey the themes of depression? We are just going to do nothing.
You know what would be
and
cool?
depress
Is
you.
if they made him at least look spooky like ghosts.
I thought they
Woman
did.
comes crawling over the table. She looked like she was just looking for her keys.
Dude, when she's dancing towards him, that didn't creep you out a little bit?
Not
Nope.
one fucking bit.
Fuck you guys.
I'm sorry.
And
but
again,
no.
this could be something where, again, we've talked about this a million times as being desensitized to certain things in horror movies.
I suspect a little
It
more.
just, I'm like,
just
I don't need I don't
little
need
more.
I don't need to be
we
served.
heard about your allegory sentence. and
Yeah,
made
I
fun
don't
of
need
you.
to be
Shut up.
served something that I've never seen before, and I don't need to feel like even during the Saw movie, dude, I was laughing because I was like, you were cringing, and you were like, oh my god, turning your head, and I'm just sitting there laughing, eating popcorn.
I just don't like
because
watching somebody cut through their fucking...
because that stuff just
No, I don't
doesn't
like that
it
either.
doesn't bother me anymore because I've seen it so many times, but it just just give me something, man. And it just it was long
You guys aren't cinephiles.
and,
Oh,
and
okay.
drawing, and it just, to me, it just never really paid off, man. There was nothing that was like, oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, they kind of explained it, but it wasn't really it wasn't mind shattering. I wasn't like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, it's and I get it. I get what the movie is, alluding to and doing. I just didn't like it. And I wanted to insert a joke here about Fear.com being a better internet scary movie, but I couldn't do that either because that movie's horrible. Even as a joke, I couldn't even play that one off. But this just was not fun for me. And I know it's not supposed to be fun. It's a horror movie. It's depression.
About depression.
Okay.
And-
Well, then
and
maybe you're a little depressed and you're seeing a little too much into this.
And maybe the translations, and this is the thing that I've always had too with either Korean or Japanese movies. We're watching these, maybe the translations don't translate good to English, and you don't get the whole thing.
It's not even the
but I don't
dialogue.
know if that would have made it better.
The dialogue is not what's doing it for
No.
me. It was just visually, I just wasn't spooked like you were. And I love Japanese horror movies. I love all those things. And it just didn't do anything for me, one bit.
Yeah, I didn't feel
And it wasn't
uncomfortable
because
at
it's
all.
your movie. He could have picked it, and I would have said the same thing. It's
You would
just,
have been like, I loved it.
my God, 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Best Korean movie I've ever seen. What, it's
You
Japanese?
didn't even like whatchamacallit.
What?
That's a great movie.
Which one?
Memories of Murder.
Yeah,
I didn't say I didn't like it.
that's fine.
Oh, my God.
We're a year into this already after that
Jesus
movie, and
Christ.
still
3.5. Movie is easily a 5 out of 5. One of the best movies ever made. But
right next to Pulse.
all right.
Check your pulse. See if
Well,
you're still breathing.
so what do you guys give it? A 1. Fuck you. What do you give it?
A 1.
I knew it.
I'm going to be generous and I'm going to give it a 2 because of the concept. Because of the concept. Like I said, the first 30 minutes of the movie
That's the score. Yeah,
kind of had me pulled in a little bit. But then it just never really went anywhere for me.
A horror movie shouldn't bore me like it did. And that's why I'm giving it a 1. I'm sorry. It's just, I was bored as shit. Like, I didn't even want to finish it. I was so bored. I finished it. I was still bored. Bored in the house and in the house bored. Stupid.
With depressing ghosts.
I'm going 3.5. I think it's perfectly.
Oh, it's a shit movie then?
Fucking terrible.
God, worst
Serviceable.
fucking Japanese movie ever.
Serviceable horror film, especially if you like the.
See? 3.5.
Yep.
That's what it did.
Terrible.
I gotta find out what's going on.
He's a kid.
Did the leash break?
Just made him watch Pulse.
We're the only ones here, and we just locked them all outside. I'm just kidding.
So yeah,
I just had to watch Pulse.
I loved it. I thought it was. I liked the allegory part. I thought all of the whole story was interesting, where they keep running into the ghosts and building the rooms, and then it's like 2 stories and 1 story that intersect. I liked all that. So
so I was bored by 2 stories?
You didn't notice that?
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
So yeah, 3.5 for me. All right,
That was a range.
I'm gonna fucking.
I'm excited because
I'm gonna
you
argue-
know how I feel about this movie. He has not tipped his hand on this one at all, and you have been stewing. You have been beef stewing for days on this, and I'm excited. What's our second movie here?
Our second movie is one of my, if not my favorite horror movie of all time. It is from 2001. It's technically considered a horror mystery film. Session 9.
And I gotta get construction crews in here by Columbus Day, so you got a guesstimate on how long?
I've got 4 really good guys. 1 week, we're gone.
That's fast.
I need the job.
So the loonies are outside in the real world, and here we are with the keys to the loony bin, boys.
You might actually want to be grateful. You're about to make some decent money.
What's the catch?
Patricia Willard scandal, 1984.
I want you to try to remember what happened 24 years ago.
Use your imagination.
The shrinks figured that with these new techniques they designed, they could release hidden memories.
You can hear me.
You okay?
I want to go home. I wouldn't tell anybody about this. If they find out about Hank, they're going to find out about the others. What are the others?
I want to come home. I am so sorry.
Starring David
Caruso?
Yep.
Coverdale.
With, it looks like she was murdered. Yeah. And Josh Lucas is in this.
I know.
which
That, I
love.
always forget about that. And when he's sitting there in his gross mustache, kind of sitting against the tree, I'm like, oh, that's right. It's Josh Lucas.
So this movie is about a bunch of guys who have to finish a construction thing in a certain amount of time, and they get these huge bonuses.
Asbestos removal.
Yeah, it's like a psych ward, I guess.
It's an old rundown, psych hospital.
Yeah, it seemed like a regular hospital with a psych wing, but I don't know for sure. So
it's Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, it's the Joker. And then one of them starts listening to these tapes. There's 9 of them, and they're all about this lady with schizophrenia. And I know why I love this movie so much now.
The schizophrenia part?
No.
It's an allegory for depression.
Yes.
Because it reminds me a lot of The Shining.
A bit.
And the more I watch it, the more I see the comparisons. I'm pretty sure whoever wrote or directed this was probably had that in mind while doing that. And I like that it takes place during the day, and it's still creepy as shit. Mm-hmm. Also, love the narration of Simon. I put that in air quotes because who fucking knows who that really is. And yeah, I
watching Donald Trump over here.
Fucking love this movie. Still just as good.
My favorite movie of all time.
What?
Playing the accordion.
It's the greatest movie.
Just your hands were like all over, man.
Bigly. Yeah, that's a southern thing.
I don't know. It was like
nobody does horror movies like me.
Bigly. Anyways, Scott, what'd you think?
So I want you to put your hands on your tits right now.
Oof.
Because
those nipples
no, I don't want you to like take
Wait,
this.
hold on. How far is your reach?
I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
Here we fucking go.
So my expectation up front, because you were like, "This is my favorite horror movie." That's what you said in the last show.
Yeah, it is.
So this is by far,
it is
my favorite horror movie.
It is.
So I went in with giant expectations of this movie.
Okay.
There's a lot of things good about this movie, and there's some things that were like okay about this movie. It was me seeing this for the first time.
Give us the good.
I was actually atmospheric wise. It really does a good job of setting the atmosphere in the asylum and the hospital. You've got a lot of the stuff that was left there, pictures on the walls. It kind of gives you that whole creepy thing. Guy listening to the tapes. I get it. I kind of was really figuring this out as it was going, because like when they're showing a picture of his wife and I'm like, oh, he killed his family. I'm like, he clearly killed his family.
Did he boil the baby in the water?
I don't know.
His leg is burned, and I'm assuming he did.
I think that was in the struggle because she was making dinner, and I think she tipped it over.
But it shows that fucking pot of boiling water a bunch of times, and I know his leg is burned. I'm thinking
because I think it was a struggle because they didn't want to allude to it. But I'm like, okay, this guy. So I figured this out really quick because I was like, this guy is going to be the guy who basically offs everybody because he goes nuts, and that's exactly what happened.
They focus on him.
So it was a little bit on the predictable side. With that being said, I did enjoy the movie. I don't know if I would like go as far as say be like, oh yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Well, you didn't
if it was,
see it, and I saw it in 2001. I had never heard of it. Somebody put it in my hands. It was like, go home and watch this. It was late at night. I threw it on, and it scared the ever-living shit out of me. The fucking Simon voice and like all the murder.
See, I didn't feel uncomfortable. This was another one I didn't really feel uncomfortable watching.
Go back to 2001 and watch
I can still watch movies and feel uncomfortable.
Now, I love this movie, but you can't put that time frame. Like you can't say, well, it would have been scary to you
saying
then.
This
no,
is
it has to
why
be scary now.
It's my favorite
well,
movie.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm explaining.
I'll just say he's just saying it's not as scary and it's not a this, it's not a that, and then you're going, think
clearly
about going back
not.
here.
If you're sitting around watching Terrifier 2 and then you watch this, you're going to be like, what the fuck, bro?
You could still enjoy this movie and still enjoy that movie and separate the two and still have an appreciation for the two.
Not these today kids.
I'm saying it's like you can't sit there and say, well, you had to have seen it then to appreciate.
No, I'm saying why
if it's
my
a good
movie,
it can be appreciated whenever you watch it. And that's what I'm saying. Is like you have to be able to say, even though it's from 2001, it's evergreen. You can enjoy it now just as much then.
Yeah, and I agree. But what I'm saying is the reason it's my favorite movie is because of those reasons. But I still think
makes sense.
But I watched it today. I watched it I watched Pulse this morning. The whole thing. I rewatched it, and then I watched Session 9 right afterwards. And I was like, this movie's still just as fucking good. It doesn't scare me anymore. I've seen it 100 times,
and that's where I think maybe if like that's maybe how I watched it for the first time. So with that being said, like it probably had a different effect on me, obviously, because the way you watched it, where it didn't scare you, but you were like, hey, this is a good movie. That's kind of how I felt. Like I was like, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel uneasy. Like nothing really scared me about the movie. But it was like, I was like, okay, the story's really good. It plays out well. A little bit predictable in spots, but overall, I think it was a good movie.
I always found it fun every time I've seen it, where the beginning almost makes it feel like there's something else going on with these guys. Like they're not really like a cleanup crew, like they're planning a heist or something. They always play it off at like, oh, we got to plan this job. No, they're really just fucking wanting to clean this place in less time than what it normally would take, and they overpromise what they're like. It is so bare bones basic. Like you almost expect something else to be what's going on with these guys, and it's not really the case.
I have a little bit of a theory.
Ooh, please.
It's kind of I mean, I don't know. Well, and as I kind of thought the same thing, but I don't know how it would line up time wise. Where Gordon, like they talked about all the asylees, how they just let him go. and closed the doors, and they just let him out into public.
I think I know where you're going with this.
That he was a patient
used
there,
to be there,
and that is what drew him back to the asylum, and that's what made him commit all these crimes.
I mean, that could play out. I think that would have been a cool twist.
He would have had to be really young, probably.
Yeah, like a teenager or like early 20s, maybe. Something
and I kind of, that's the first thing I thought of was I was like, oh, he went here. Because why would you just say like, oh yeah, they closed the doors one day, they just let all these people go, and a lot of people keep coming back because they want to, they still want to be here because they're associated with this place, and that's what I put it together, and I was like,
or like he's multiple personality, and like he didn't realize he had been there. One of the other personalities drew him back.
That kind of
something along that line. Yes,
it kind of makes sense because they lead you to believe that Caruso is the killer towards the end.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
or the one that's going around killing people. I like the Oreos make multiple appearances in this film too. Like it shows him picking up the bag with the Oreos in it, and like the
so funny story. Back in 2001 when he saw this movie, you saw that.
I like Oreos,
and that's what started Fat Guy Eats Oreos.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what?
It's a callback.
It's a callback.
It's crazy because this is our last show, man. I'm glad we got to watch Session 9.
No. For everyone listening, last night Aaron had a plethora of stories about how bands got their names based off of certain bands, and it's kind of
it's because I'm interested in that stuff.
I'm just saying, like that's why you got that name for the podcast. Okay, go ahead.
Name this episode
Oreos.
Hit or miss. I could easily name 5 Oreos. I still love this movie as much as I did when I saw it back in 2001. It's still a great movie.
Now, you watched it during the day. Did it feel differently watching during the day? Because I like watching these things at night. You get that extra creep factor. You know what I mean?
No, because like I said, the movie takes place mostly during the day.
It doesn't mean it can't creep you out.
Well, I like that it creeps me out during the day, and that was why reason I originally fell in love with this movie. It's creepy during the day.
It's like the same. It was like the first time I really sat down and watched The Exorcist all the way through.
I had to sit down for that.
It was like middle of the afternoon.
And you're like,
and I'm like, this is not that good,
right? God, I know. And it's so. Side note,
so much hype for that movie, man.
And so everyone's like talking about this new one that came out, and they're like, it's not that good. I still want to see it.
Still looks pretty
but
decent.
They're saying it sucks, and like people are coming out going, it's tarnishing Friedkin's original legacy. And I was like, motherfucker, there was like 5 sequels after the first one that did that exact same thing. Don't be shitting on this movie for that. Like, pick other gripes to have. Exorcist 2 was fucking garbage. I mean, Exorcist 1 was garbage for me, but Exorcist 2 was garbage. Dominion was garbage. You guys, Rennie Harlan did an Exorcist movie, and no one gave him as much shit as fucking David Gordon Green for this one. So fuck off, internet.
I thought
and the movie probably is garbage, but I will defend it based off that.
Exorcist 3 is good.
Yes, I heard that's actually going to be one of my movies, not for the show, but that's one I'm going to watch during Halloween season. So,
will you do Planet?
Yeah, I have a whole list of things I want to watch
That's
that
weird.
I don't want to bring here. That I'm just going to watch at home.
You're a weirdo.
Like I wouldn't say, hey, let's watch Halloween 3. Like it's pretty on the nose for me to pick a Halloween movie, so I'm not going to pick it.
I've been confirmed by another cinephile that actually loves Pulse, so I feel better now.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Amir.
No, it's not Amir.
No one cares about what Amir said.
Okay, it's not Amir, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Is Brian back from the dead?
No.
Is that all it takes? You just got to find the one person to validate your feelings.
The person that I know likes movies.
What did he say? What did he say?
I said, can you do me a favor? It's Matt Dotson, by the way.
Oh, fuck Matt Dotson.
And I said,
some of his choices.
Watch Pulse 2001. Tell me what you think. He says, I love that movie. It's so sad and scary as fuck.
Hey, can you tell Matt suck Chad's dick more?
No, I would never tell. Dude, I love Matt.
I love him too.
No, I'm not going to tell him that.
I'm just saying, like,
all you had to do is stop it sad.
You know what you need to do?
So sad.
All you have to do is you got to get him in front of Chad, and then Chad will say, "Well, no, it was the most terrible movie in the world," and he'll change his mind.
No,
he does it all the time.
I heard he stopped doing it.
Good.
So,
well, step one.
Tell him not to listen to this episode.
Well, please do.
So, what'd you give it?
I mean, it stays the same. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. It's not a perfect movie, but it's still very good. And it's never changed. It's always been a 4 out of 5 for me.
For me, it's a 4 out of 5. I like the fact that it looks like someone filmed it on a fucking handycam. Like, it just feels raw and visceral and very low budget, very independent. And I think a lot of good horror movies have that feel to it. Like, it's not polished. It's not great. Like, it just feels very just gritty. And I like that. I really do.
Yeah, I don't even know if I put this in a horror category. I think it's more maybe suspenseful.
Horror suspense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
it's considered a horror mystery.
Yeah, maybe more. I don't know. I don't really see the horror aspect of it other than the asylum part of it and the tapes.
It's spooky.
It's
scary.
It's eerie at times. Like I said, it's a little bit linear when it comes to the movie or to the storyline. You see it kind of unfolding, and I mean, I don't know if this is ever going to really be in a heavy rotation for me. If I watch it again, I'm not really putting this on thinking, I'm gonna horror it up and I'm gonna put Session 9 up.
New Bev will put that will be my goal. If the New Bev ever puts it out, I'm going, and you're coming with me.
Can you imagine if it was like a Session 9
But
Pulse?
it's a
double.
They're playing
feature.
Pulse this month.
It's a 3.5.
Is that why you picked it?
No,
okay.
I didn't know.
I just the more I peel back this onion, I just want to know why.
No, I just remember seeing the poster, and it's the
red.
It looks like tape, but it's like the bag on the guy's head, and it says Pulse all weird, and it has the red tape. And I always thought that was the creepiest looking cover, and that's why I picked it.
I know. There are some times where it's like you pick a movie, and then I find out because I run in the same circles podcast wise, and I know what gets put out.
On a show.
And sometimes I'm like, oh, we're watching this, and it just happens to be playing at the New Bev this month, or something like that. And there's
a lot of horror movies I could pick that are playing at the New Bev this month.
That one, that particular movie, it just feels.
I did not pick it because they were playing it, but
that's fine. You choose how you want to choose.
If that was
the
case, I would have just
together.
chose they're having a double feature too. I would have just chosen the same double feature. So
what was playing with it?
I can't remember, but it's something I've seen.
Gotcha.
I
saw The Wailing was coming out on Blu-ray or 4K the other day.
I have it. I don't know. We have not watched that.
We did. We watched it. We've seen The Wailing. I watched it because it was on fucking Peacock, and I watched it on Peacock. You chose The Wailing, and we watched The Wailing. I'm not kidding.
For the show?
Yes.
Maybe I don't know.
Motherfuckers.
Where is it?
What was it about?
It was, fuck. It was set in a village. Fuck. We watched this movie. I'm going to go back. I'm going to find it. We watched The Wailing. Trust me.
Okay.
I know we.
It sounds familiar.
It is because
but
we watched it.
It's literally like the snack show where I'm like, hey, did we try these
we tried
Doritos?
these?
And you're like, yeah, we tried them 3 months ago. And I'm like, I can't remember.
Doesn't sound like
it had something to do with cats?
No, I don't remember.
It was whales.
it was a whaling ship.
Yeah, it was whales.
All right, no, keep talking. We watched The Wailing.
Where's the where's the DVD?
Well, it'd be in the W section, so it'd be down here.
the W section. Yeah.
And the DVD doesn't really help you because it's just a big picture of a
whale.
No,
it's a fucking Tory or whatever it is. Yeah,
it's like on fire or something
Japanese.
like that.
We may have, dude.
I don't remember.
We watched the way. I know we watched it.
See,
I liked
the
it.
more we talk about it, I'm just like, maybe we did.
Check October.
I'm looking. I'll go back. I'll find it.
I don't remember anything about it. I like that we're me and you both, but it makes me feel better that me and you both are like, no, we didn't.
And then you're like, did we? Did we watch that movie?
But when you said Peacock, that kind of reminded me of something.
This is our spiral moment.
Oh, fuck, right? Ugh, God.
Dude,
anyway.
Look at this. I might have to buy that.
What are we watching?
We're nothing.
Number one Cubs fan.
Number one Cubs fan.
Oh no! What'd you do this time? That's so gay.
You're gay. That's something you would buy if it had a fucking Coyotes logo on it.
Liberals say gay. Anyway, all right. So 4. What'd you give it?
3.5.
Cool. It's respectable for a first time watch, I guess. Yeah. It's not for every. I love that movie. It's always been good. I don't think I watched it when it first came out. It was
more suspenseful.
It's one of those movies that did terribly, but it's become like a cult movie. Like a lot of people love it, and I think
Wailing?
No, fucking Session.
Oh,
still go back to The Wailing.
I didn't understand what you were saying.
Back to the show.
I've never seen The Wailing.
I don't think I have.
You have. Anyway, so yes, I enjoyed it. Thank you for picking
it was good.
that.
Yeah,
maybe rewatch it because I hadn't watched it in
Like
years,
I said, I think if you're going into it thinking horror movie, it's not really horror. It's maybe a little creepy.
See, I think horror movies though get this weird connotation where you think horror it has to be like a slasher flick,
right?
Or a bloody flick, or a murderer. No, horror movies can be suspenseful. Horror movies can be it's a wide genre of movies. Like I watched Critters the other day as one of the movies I watched for Halloween, and it's not it's classified as a horror. It's a fucking comedy with
hilarious.
Goddamn fucking Furbies. Like
I think we did watch The Wailing.
I know
It's about a
I think
disease
so.
or something.
I remember like someone was up in a cave and there's like a demon thing. It was just weird. Anyway, so like it's a big genre to pull from. That's why they always like put sci-fi and horror movies together, which leads into one of my picks.
We watched
for
it
this
with
next
Terrifier.
We did?
Yeah.
Maybe Terrifier, like over.
Yeah, The Wailing
Overshot The
and
Wailing.
Terrifier.
Yeah.
Weird.
Damn it, I knew it.
All right.
I'm like, I keep seeing the thing. And I'm like, I know we watched it. Oh, thank you for finding that because I was going to.
Well, I guess I need to watch it again because I don't fucking remember a goddamn thing about that movie.
It was right after Hostess Flavored Shitwater.
I remember that too.
One of my favorite fucking
So,
titles
what are
ever.
you picking for next?
So I had inadvertently did what I did last year. So last year I did a Donald Pleasance double feature of Alone in the Dark and Prince of Darkness.
Nobody asked for your life story.
And then back when my dad died,
I had this cat. He shit in the litter
You wanted to
box.
see his butthole?
Then I made a pie.
So-
The most delicious pie I've ever.
so that reminds me of a car accident I was once in.
The very pants I was going to return.
I'm going to pull that off one of these days.
Please do. Please do.
So I picked two movies. One that I think we've all seen the one we've all seen on this one. And then I picked a movie that I know you own that I've been wanting to watch for years, and I've just never gotten around to it. So this is going to be perfect for all of us. I know you've never heard of it or seen it.
Hit me.
The first movie that we have not seen is 1981. It stars Sam Neill and Isabel Adjani. I guarantee you've never heard of her. It's the 1981 Possession.
I've completed my job.
That's why we want to rehire you.
It's out of the question.
And what would be the reason for your refusal?
Family.
Maybe all couples go through this.
You have someone.
Yes.
Do you sleep with him?
Yes.
How long is it gonna last?
I don't know.
When I'm away from you, I think of you as an animal or a woman possessed. And then I see you again and all this disappears. You know, love isn't something you could just switch from channel to channel. Who is he?
Do you believe in God? Is he there?
Now, all the cinephiles jizz in their pants for this fucking
Yes.
movie, and I've watched some things, and I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but we'll
Yeah.
find out.
If they all said it's good, then it must be good,
That's
right?
not how I see it.
I
no.
have no expectations. The synopsis, I've always known what it was kind of about. I've never actually watched it. It's come up on multiple lists of like greatest horror movies or
I
whatever.
remember the VHS cover.
It was banned for years, and it's available on Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, please get it. I'll give you a 30-day code if you want it, because I know you don't like paying for anything.
I'll give you a 30-day code.
But
I'm sure he'll be able to find it.
That's the one I was going to pick. And then the second movie I picked, and it didn't click with me that Sam Neill is also in this one. We are going to watch, and let me see what the year is. I think it's 1997's Event Horizon.
At 0300 this morning, TDRS picked up an automated navigation beacon broadcasting at 2-minute intervals in Neptune orbit. Neptune orbit.
This is incredible. It's the Event Horizon. She's come back.
Event Horizon is the culmination of a secret government project to create a spacecraft capable of faster-than-light flight. The ship doesn't really go faster than light. What it does is it creates a dimensional gateway that allows it to jump instantaneously from one point of the universe to another light years away.
Where's she been for the last 7 years, Doctor?
That's what we're here to find out. After 7 years in deep space.
There were 18 people on board this ship when it disappeared. I want them all accounted for.
Opening outer door.
It came back, abandoned.
Any crew? Negative. This place is a tomb.
But it didn't come back alone.
Captain Miller! I've got some problems here!
This ship has been beyond the boundaries of our universe. Who knows where it's been? And what it's brought back with it.
The ship is reacting to us, and the reactions are getting stronger.
What are you telling me? That this ship is alive?
I have such one thing to show you.
Oh my God!
It knows my secrets. It knows my fears.
Vacate, I want off this ship.
I can't leave. She won't let you. God help us.
And I'm not gonna lie, this movie's always scared the shit out of me. Like,
This
it's just
movie's-
horrifying.
This movie really upsets me.
Fucking hate you.
It does scare so much. It does scare me a lot. So
Yeah, no, this one's always been creepy to me. I think if you've got it, I've got it.
of course I
the
got
4K, and I've
got
just
multiple copies of it right there, right there,
This is the best part of the show.
right there. It's right there.
I understand.
And
We
then,
all
there's,
stare at the
and then
wall.
there's another one over here.
Just dead silence.
Yeah, right. Ooh, neat. Yeah, I know. I saw the one over there. So yeah, somehow I picked a double feature with Sam Neill. It wasn't my intention. I'm fine with it. I think both movies are going to be fun.
I'm interested.
Maybe not so much about Possession, but I really have been wanting to watch this movie.
I
so it's a
think
good
the most
vehicle for
interesting
this.
thing I want to see if Event Horizon still scares me.
Yeah, same here. Because I remember lots of parts of it that are horrifying, and I think that one is going to be creepy. It's right next to Euro Trip, one of my other
everybody
favorite
wants some.
stupid movies.
Evolution.
Scotty doesn't.
I
know.
love that movie.
Evolution.
Evolution.
Oh, I love that movie.
All right. Well, guys, sorry for the low energy show. I'm effing tired. Not only did we get back at like 1 a.m. last night, I woke up at like 6 or 5, and then I took my kid to the park, went shopping, and like it's just been a whole thing. So like my energy level is at a 0. But I appreciate you putting up with it. Not all shows are going to be the greatest shows ever, but
Just your weeks.
Oh,
we
yeah.
always hate your movies.
Hey guys, your movies they fucking suck. Here I go.
I can't wait for
here's
the
some
text.
softballs.
Can't wait for the text. You fucking did it again.
Yeah, well, hey guys, it's Jordan here. Here's the biggest softball ever. Fucking Possession. Every director ever possesses this film.
You know what the problem is, though? I'm
seen
going to
it.
tell you what your problem is.
You're trying too
You
hard
go
to find
way
shit.
too far out of the box.
Yeah.
Way too far out of the box. And I get it. Sometimes you got to stay close to the box. What's in the box?
I've seen
Thinking
7.
7.
I have seen 7.
7's fantastic.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Watch that 9 million
Not
times.
guilty.
Yeah. And then the week after, Scott's picking Scary Movie 1 and 2.
Yep.
It said scary in the title.
We gotta do the Mandela effect. He never says take my strong hand. He only says take my other hand. Shut the fuck up. No one gives a shit.
No, I don't even do that one. I always
care.
go, my germs.
Yeah, my germs. I do the my germs.
Sticks it in the fucking
I'm
mashed
tired of
potatoes.
Mandela effects. Let's do a show about Mandela effects. You're stupid.
Damn.
You just don't remember things the way. Like I thought Jordan went with me to Spiral.
No,
he didn't.
I did not.
Okay.
Or Sonic the
Mandela.
Hedgehog.
Yeah, it's a Mandela
It's the
effect.
Nelson
Clearly,
Mandela effect.
Yes.
It's not a
Fuck
black
you.
actor in this movie.
I'm tired of hearing that shit. We're in a different timeline. Are we? Well, why does everything fucking suck?
Because it's the worst time.
It's the worst timeline. Okay, you 12-year-olds, eat shit.
I love Community.
Maybe we are in a time lapse.
Are we?
Maybe.
It all happened after Harambe was killed. Dicks out. Anyways,
Damn.
I fucking hate anybody who thinks Mandela effects are a thing.
They are.
Fuck you. No, they're not.
He went
They
dicks out.
are.
He went dicks out for
There's-
Harambe.
Hey,
Did you
guys,
buy a
the
jersey?
cornucopia and
Did you buy a
Fruit of the
jersey?
Loom, it was never there. Yeah, no shit.
Well,
Did-
yeah, shit
did
like
you
that's
buy-
dumb, but
Did
like
you buy a Harambe jersey?
I have one, yes. I like Harambe. I think that's funny. What?
my God.
Shit like what?
No, just it's like people like saying, "Luke, I am your father." Like
I always knew that because I did drama in school, and I did that as a scene.
We literally had a fight over Blink-182 lyrics because you thought it was something.
Nah,
else.
no.
That's just
Don't
misheard. You fucking dare.
That's misheard
Mandela
lyrics.
effect.
Because he walks alone.
I didn't know.
All you had to do is open up the fucking pamphlet that has the lyrics in it.
I never did that as a kid. I just sang it
Look
that way
Johnny
for my
Cash,
whole
you didn't
year.
walk alone. Just kidding.
But that's not a Mandela effect.
I know. It's people assume that one thing is something for a long time, then it becomes everyone thinks that's what it is. That's the Mandela effect.
There's a bathroom on
now,
the right.
there are dumb comparisons, and you're right. This, who cares about the cornucopia or just stupid things like that?
Berenstein Bears.
But there
Kill
are
yourself.
instances where that's legit.
Name 2.
Oh, what am I? And wearing their band shirt? Mandela effect.
Take
hey,
off
that's our new
my
band.
Van Halen
You heard it here
shirt.
first. You can't take it.
All right. So, as always, go argue with me about Mandela effects on
It's our apartheid version of a rock band.
on fucking Instagram or
Mandela
Facebook.
effect.
We'll be back next week with old
Event Horizon in
Jim
possession.
Boys over here. Movies.
People under the stairs.
Go to iTunes and leave us a review, and we'll see you next week. I'm Aaron.
I'm Jordan.
And Scott.
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later. But the music will play so loud over this that you won't hear it. So big gulps, huh? See you later.